It's been raining in New York City every weekend, and I'm over it. I'm over it. But I thought about it. What a perfect scents to wear when it's rainy and gloomy out. Come back, we'll talk about it. Come back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Smell Good with Jenna. I'm, of course, Jenna. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, go ahead and like this video. You know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't already, and also leave me a comment. Let me know what some of your favorite fragrances to wear when it's rainy and gloomy out. I don't have a big collection in the sense of what I would wear, what I find that's perfect in this type of weather. So I'm more than interested to hear what you guys wear, and let's get into it. Yeah, so it's been raining, and you know what? Shout out to my boyfriend, by the way. He got me this dope glass supporting my dreams of being a content creator, a fragrance influencer. So what better way than to advertise Smell Good with Jenna than a glass and an adult beverage? Now, it's not a crazy adult beverage because I told y'all I'm getting up there. I'm in my 30s. It's hard drinking. We pay for it in the morning. A cute little twisted tea. I'm good. So yeah, I thought about it, and what is it that you tend to gravitate to when it's raining and it's glooming out? I feel like I don't necessarily want to smell sensual or edible or sexy. I just want something that's gonna make me feel good, because you know, sometimes when it's raining, specifically when it's raining hard, you're miserable, you're annoyed, you gotta be out and about in your commute or whatever it is that you do. So you wanna at least have something that makes you feel at peace, relax, comfort, all those things above. So I feel I tend to gravitate to scents that are earthy. I don't know the correlation in regards to something being earthy and comfort, but I feel something, it's like an added note, the rain, when you combine it with the different fragrances that I'm going to mention today. So first up on my list, I have Gris Charnel from BDK. I definitely blind bought this. Everyone was raving about it. Everyone under the sun was raving over it. And So Avant-Garde had a 30% sale. And I was like, you know, for 30% off, why not? And it was definitely a successful blind buy. I immediately smelled it and I was like, oh. I did a little fist pump. Just because, you know, once you don't know. If you buy something and you don't like it, you spend all that money, you essentially stuck with it. So I got it, and I was very, very happy with the purchase. I knew immediately this is something that I would want to wear in this type of weather. I'm not gonna go over the notes too much into the notes, just because I think I'm gonna have dedicated review for all these fragrances. But I noticed the common theme is cardamom, and it just reminds me of something that's it's not too sexy. It's clean. I think this also has vetiver in it, and vetiver is very much a fresh, earthy scent. So it's comforting. It's clean. I think it's inoffensive working in an office, and you can't go wrong with it. Actually, not for nothing, we're matching. But yeah, that's Gris Charnel. And next up we have Autumn Vibes. Autumn Vibes is it works for this type of season, autumn. And something about it, another thing about these fragrances, I don't find them to be particularly feminine leaning. Yes, they are unisex, but I find that these scents would smell amazing on men. However, I feel like a woman that wears this is confident in herself. And when I say confident in herself, I mean that she doesn't stick to one box. She could wear heels, she could wear boots, she could wear sneakers, she could wear a hoodie and some sweats, or she can be dolled up in a nice fitting dress. You just can't put her in a box. Actually, I feel like I'm that type of woman. I can do it all. But yeah, so I feel like a woman like that definitely has to have confidence and know that, you know, today this is not the day I necessarily want to be sexy, but I want to smell good. And and different from the rest. And that's where I get the vibe from these fragrances. And Autumn Vibe is no different. I truly find this from the Maison Margiela brand house. This is one of the more male leaning fragrances, but I don't know, it worked for me. It worked for me. I think this is another one that has cardamom in it, and again, I think that's the running theme in all these fragrances. So again, if you're looking for a fragrance specifically for the autumn and it's raining and it's gloomy out, definitely look into Autumn Vibes from Maison Margiela. Next up, we have Coffee Break from Maison Margiela. I absolutely love this. Again, this is not necessarily feminine leaning. It is unisex, but I find this would probably be more suitable for a man, or men might like this more than women. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But it just reminds me of, see, and that's the thing with Replica, right? The whole idea is it literally says this on the bottles: reproduction of familiar scents and moments of varying location and periods. And that literally what this reminds me of. It reminds me of, okay, it's raining. Let me go ahead. I'm running late, but let me go ahead and stop into Starbucks or some coffee shop and get something on the go. That's what this reminds me of. And it's super comforting. I love pairing this with coffee and whiskey from Bath and Body Works, but I won't get too much again into layering suggestions. But this is another fragrance you can't go wrong with. Coffee Break from Maison Margiela. Lastly on this list, it's not a popular one by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe back in the day it was popular, but you know, I watch fragrance reviews and videos and no one mentions this at all. No one mentions this at all. But I happened to reach for this. Ironically, I was looking for Autumn Vibes. So as you guys saw, that I have the 1 ounce bottles for the Replicas Maison Margiela line. And so they're really small, so you can put it in your pocket. For whatever reason, I could not find this thing. I was pissed because I'm like, yo, I know I just bought this. I know I wore this. I know I have this. Couldn't find it. So I'm in a rush trying to find something to wear. And then there goes Armani Code just looking at me. And I was like, I haven't worn you in a minute. So grabbed her and sprayed it on me. And I didn't think anything of it. But then when I got to work and I sat there for a minute, I was like, wow, this smells good. And I had to look at it. I had to do a double take. And I'm like, first of all, I noticed that my bottle is almost done. And second of all, I'm like, I forgot how good you smell. Again, this might be outdated to some people, but again, we don't necessarily need the new. Sometimes the classics is going to do what it needs to do. And she was doing what she needed to do. So if anyone who has this, let me know what you think. Is it something that you still reach for? Is it a classic to you? But if you don't have it, is it something that you willing to pick up or what? Sometimes I know we're so niche forward, but sometimes the designers, especially the designer perfumes from back in the day, they still hit. That's my list, and that's also my video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Do you like my list? Do you have any other suggestions for rainy, gloomy days? Let me know. Follow me at Instagram and TikTok at Smell Good with Jenna. And always remember, the best compliment one can get is that you smell so good.